Hello everyone, Neonix Rose here, and it is demo time. What would you do if you got information that 30 years ago an entire wedding just suddenly, poof, disappeared in a mansion deep in Louisiana? It happened in 1930s, and that's what we're gonna investigate, but there seems to be more to this than just simple disappearances. This is a point-and-click puzzle game that does have a Kickstarter going called Foolish Mortals. Let's hop in, take a look, and see what the demo has that Inklingwood Studios has provided for us. Let's take a look at Foolish Mortals. I like the music. Loving it. Very macabre. Ooh. David Younger, okay. Wow. One programmer. Whoa. Somebody's got skills. Oh, look at all the voice actors and actresses. I love macabre things. Character development. Ooh. A mermaid. I've never seen a mermaid on a wind piece like that. I've never seen one. That's cool. Oh, beautiful bride. Blue roses, huh? Blue roses mean mystery. Whoa! What the? A coffin suspended in the air. Ooh. Oh. Well, Matt, you did a damn good job on the music. I'm loving it. Here we go.
They said there was a treasure on the island, its location known only by the dead. I could see it in my dreams. How was I supposed to know that in order to find it, I'd have to die too?
Oh, wow. Oh, no. Oh, look at the riverboat. The Spirit Queen, I think? That's what that says?
Spirits and specters from regions unknown, guide to me the wanderer who searches alone.
Nothing right.
Well, welcome back, Murphy McCallan. Have you found all 5 ingredients for the spell?
I found 3 so far. Only 2 are left. The chalk and the coffin nails.
Hurry. The island will lead you to that which you seek. I have no doubt about that.
So we definitely have gorgeous voodoo, a gorgeous voodoo look. And the Spirit Queen, I think, is what we caught the name of the riverboat. That is... wow. I'm loving all of this. The octopus kind of throws me, though. Let's see. How would spell help me find the lost treasure of Bellemore Manor? Do you know what happened to Bellemore Manor? How am I going to find the spell ingredients? I'm going to finish getting there. Do you know what happened to Bellemore Manor?
Do you know what happened at Bellemore Manor?
You want to hear a ghost story, Murphy McCallan?
I want to know everything I can about that house.
Then listen closely.
Ooh.
Dark magic
Beautiful.
runs throughout Bellemore Manor.
Bellemore.
The house was built by the Bellemore brothers, 3 merchants from England who made their fortune trading across the Caribbean.
Many did, from my understanding.
Xavier Bellemore, an explorer. Yardley Bellemore, an actor. And Cecil Bellemore, a scientist. Their parents dead for many years. They each loved and cared for their young sister, Abigail. Abigail met a young sailor who worked aboard one of her brother's ships. And in less than a year, he proposed. The engagement was a scandal. Despite having the pick of any eligible bachelor in high society, her hand and the Bellemore fortune was to go to a commoner. Because of their unconditional love for their young sister, the Bellemore brothers sanctioned the marriage. But people began to wonder if Abigail was being locked into marriage, whether by blackmail or black magic. The grand wedding was planned by the 3 proud brothers, but in the months leading up to the wedding, each of the brothers, one by one, was lost, presumed dead. And yet the wedding was still to go ahead, and with Abigail set to inherit the Bellemore fortune once she came of age, many people began to wonder whether the sailor was not a perpetrator, but a pawn.
I'm wondering that
On the
too.
morning of the wedding, the sailor was summoned to her chambers. "I don't love you," Abigail declared. "I never loved you."
Oh no.
And to
She
everyone
used him?
gathered in the house, Abigail declared that that same evening she would marry another, John Rackham, first officer of the Bellemore Trading Company, would be her new groom. Except that didn't happen. On the night of the wedding, everyone in the house suddenly and mysteriously vanished.
Oh crap.
Perhaps the last revenge of the scorned sailor.
Or the 3 brothers.
The house that night held a heart that would be broken, a victim who would be tricked, and a force that would unleash evil. No one knows exactly who each was. If you want to find the treasure, Murphy, you'll have to find out.
So it might not be that the woman was the pawn, or the guy was the pawn, the sailor, and the female, or the devil, and the tradesman that came, the first officer, might have been a pawn. There's something else going on here. Oh crap. And what happened to the 3 brothers? Why were they presumed dead so easily? And why did people think that maybe she was roped into the marriage by blackmail or magic? Then again, New Orleans has a lot of history. So, yeah. How'd the spell help me find the lost treasure? Yeah.
How will the spell help me find the lost treasure of Bellemore Manor?
There are things on this island that have gone unseen. Stories that have been left unheard. At least to mortals. I commune with regions beyond. Let me introduce you to a friend.
Uh-oh. What kind of friend?
Out of the shadows, the cursed and the damned, return now my servant to do my command.
Oh. Oh! Wow, he's powerful.
I have returned to you, master.
Loa, this gentleman
Loa.
wishes to find the lost treasure of Bellemore Manor. Tell him how this can be done.
Only inhabitants of the house know where the treasure lies. Their spirits still within its walls, trapped between life and death.
Ah.
To ask them, those spirits must be revealed revealed on the mortal plane.
Okay.
And that is what our spell will do, Murphy. A summoning spell to unveil the ghost trapped within the house.
5 ingredients place inside, tie closed, and then unseal. Within the focus what may hide, this spell will soon reveal.
So is
Once
this
you've
pit the
collected all
focus?
5, we can summon the ghosts of Bellemore Manor. Once we've summoned the ghosts, we can ask them exactly where the treasure was hidden. You have served me, Loa. Begone!
A focus is an item that a spell is usually cast around. To centralize, capture, or sometimes bring emphasis to. How am I gonna find the
How
spell's
am I
ingredients?
going to find the spell ingredients?
Everything I've ever needed for my voodoo spells, I have found on this island. It's as though this island pulls the supernatural to it. Keep searching.
I've heard of that.
Once that's complete, I will show you the final step of the spell.
Gonna go finding the
I'm
voodoo
going to finish
ingredients.
finding the voodoo ingredients.
Hurry back.
Hurry back. Ooh. Part 1, the summoning spell. Yeah, look at the face in the middle. I like that. I know it's supposed to look scary, but in a way it was kind of cute. Taxidermied fish?
I took the taxidermied fish from the rotting wooden frame.
Okay, so we are on the Spirit Queen. Oh. Interesting. Nope.
I jiggled the handle,
Okay.
but the door was locked.
Okay. This is very
With a
old
bit of
school.
elbow grease, I pushed up the wooden window frame.
Nice.
Pressed against the inside wall was a dusty desk covered in spider webs, and on top it, one thing lay undisturbed, a small folded document, which I picked up, along
Okay.
with an unintentional 8-legged companion.
Oh, Frank!
Ugh! Ghost stories and
Spider
haunted
friend.
treasures I could handle, but spiders gave me the creeps.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know what my inventory is, if I have one. Looks like not. Oh, there it is. Found it. So it's I. There is a package, a manuscript, a goose, a magazine, a bottle, the fish, and the captain's license. Okay. So, island? Yeah, let's go on the island. This place is beautiful. Let's go here. Oh, the coffin nails. The gravekeeper.
The tin was empty. The coffin lid had been nailed down securely. I wasn't going to be able to open it.
No, I wasn't trying to, per se. Let's say hello. Oh, that's interesting. It's a skull.
I didn't need to do anything with the stove, and would have probably burnt my hands if I tried.
Huh, yeah. Alright.
Hello.
Ah, consarn it! Don't sneak up on people like that. You frighten the dying daylights out of me.
He looked at me like he'd seen a ghost. Sorry, you seem a little jumpy?
I thought you were those pesky kids again.
Kids don't seem like a reason to be scared.
They're little terrors. I'm sure they're gonna give me a heart attack. Last week they showed up with a doctor's note they forged, saying a man I'd buried that day was just a very deep sleeper.
Oh, gosh.
7 hours I was out here digging him up, at my age.
And was he sleeping?
Dead as a dodo, just like those kids will be if I get my hands on them.
Poor guy. Oh. By the way, I am loving the voice acting. I'm loving it. All right. Looking for the treasure. Okay.
My name's
Let's
Murphy
introduce
McCowan.
ourselves.
I've just arrived on the island.
Well, welcome, Mr. Murphy. I'm Edgar Kettle, gravedigger, undertaker, coffin maker, and anything else that needs doing to keep this cemetery running.
Nice guy. Looking for the treasure of the Bellemore. Maybe he can tell us something.
I'm looking for the treasure of Bellemore Manor.
Another treasure hunter. Well, let me tell you something, young man. Don't even think about digging up my graveyard.
Why would I
There's
want
no
to?
treasure buried here, and I'm already busy enough filling in the holes that are meant to be here.
Do you know anything about the disappearance?
Do you know anything about the disappearance at Bellemore Manor?
I think it's important to leave the dead to rest in peace.
Agreed.
But what if they're not in peace?
Well, I think there's more to that story than meets the eye. You know the 3 brothers went missing, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you ask me, I think Abigail Bellemore was behind it. She was engaged to a sailor, but nobody like her would go for a commoner.
She might have loved him.
She could have loved somebody with a big bank account, too. I think she must have been using him, pretending to love him so he'd do her dirty work for her, bumping off her brothers. Then afterwards, she drops him and goes to marry the officer of the company. Fiendish.
Those are some pretty serious allegations.
Just a feeling, that's all. I don't have any evidence. But when you work with cadavers, you kinda get a sixth sense about things.
Good point.
People killed in mysterious circumstances. Like you can tell when someone's sneaking up behind you.
You actually seem to have trouble with that.
Wise guy.
What do you think is behind the
What do you
disappearances?
think was behind the disappearance?
Yeah.
Well, the sailor must have found out he was being manipulated, mustn't he? Done something to get his revenge.
What do you think the sailor did?
What do you think the sailor did to get his revenge?
Nobody knows. But in his contracts to the Caribbean, he could have come across something fiendish.
True.
All we know is that everyone in that house disappeared. And to tell you the truth, I'm quite relieved they did.
Wait, why?
Why's that?
Because if they'd not disappeared, it would be this old fool who'd have had to bury them. Saved me a good amount of work.
Oh, that's funny. Do you find working in the graveyard a
Do you
little
not
eerie?
find working in a graveyard a little eerie?
Yeah.
Why would it be eerie?
Very
don't know.
quiet.
Ghosts, maybe?
Ghosts.
I don't like to think about ghosts.
Why not?
Because they'd be bad for business.
True.
I have my work cut out here with the dead as it is. Imagine if they came back asking for a refund.
Okay, time out. 1, I'm loving the writing. 2, I like each character has has their own personality so far. And we've only met 3 characters. The main character, the voodoo master, and the graveyard digger. 3 are... Was I on 3 or 4? Whatever. I'm loving the voice acting, by the way. Keep going, because I'm loving it. This is funny. What are you working on?
What are you working on?
This is just a pauper's coffin the parish is funding.
Ah.
Lock 'em in lumber, leave 'em to slumber. That's what I call it. No frills. This'll end up 5 feet under by the end of the night.
I thought it was supposed to be
Yeah,
6
I thought it was
feet.
6.
You're not the one doing the digging. 5 feet means I get a tea break.
I thought you had to do 6 feet because of something about gases or something like that. Huh. Why are you out here working so late?
Why are you out here working so late?
The funerals take place in the morning, and I prefer to be tucked up in my bed.
Gotcha.
I don't like those early funerals. I'm not a morning person.
Me either. Did the coffin just
Did
move?
the coffin just move?
Don't even joke about that.
I had to try. I like it. Now the funny part is the main character so far is thinking kind of how I do, so I'm really into this. Have you got any spare coffin
Have you
nails?
got any spare coffin nails?
Because I need it for the
No,
voodoo.
I don't got any to spare. I have to buy these out of my own pocket.
Oh.
Do you know how much the parish gives me per burial nowadays?
Mm-mm.
A pittance.
Mm.
The roof's leaking, my table's broken. I've used floorboards to build some of the coffins. Take my advice. Don't go into this line of work. I'm telling you, undertaking's a dying business.
Have you ever accidentally buried someone who was still alive?
Have you ever accidentally buried someone who was still alive?
I've heard horror stories
Not
about
that
that.
I know of. When you think about it, how would I know?
Shouts for help? Desperate shaking of the coffin?
Look, I haven't sealed anyone up who was chatting away with me, let's put it that way.
Okay.
I
Good
usually
signs.
check for signs of life, but everyone takes shortcuts sometimes, don't they? I deserve some rest in peace, too.
Let's get
I
going,
best be
moving
running
along.
Don't drop dead. I don't want anything else adding to my to-do list.
That guy, the way he moves too is really good. He's got a great personality. I'm loving it.
I scanned the headstones for anything of note, but didn't know what I was searching for.
So maybe we'll come
I
back.
scanned the headstones for
Okay. So maybe we'll come back later to these headstones. All right. So we need to find out where we can get these nails from.
The coffin lid had been nailed down securely.
Well, he does like to sleep in, so maybe we can get it in the morning. Maybe we can kind of sneak in the morning. I hate to put it that way, but what about down here?
Walking into the port town of Dead Nettle, I could sense its history in every stone, brick, and plank. Echoes of merchant ships loading and unloading all manner of cargo from expeditions throughout the Caribbean. Gold and treasure that may still lie hidden on the island.
That is Louisiana. They were a major port for Caribbeans. That's where a lot of the heritage, I believe, might have came from. Not all of it, though.
I tried the door. It was locked.
Okay. So Doubloon's jewelry is locked. Alright. So there's a room and board. Puppet theater. I like the little animations. This is looking good.
Gruff mumbles emanated from inside the puppet theater. Obviously, preparation for tonight's show was already underway. The sign read, "The Fantastic Fantaccio Brothers will be performing tonight. People of all ages welcome. Donations welcome even more so."
I'm liking the sign. There's an archway. Okay. There's in the passageway. Oh, there might be like a fish or something I might be able to get later. That's lights just came in. The Captain's Club? Interesting. A dock worker, a fisherman. Juniper Parish Gazette and Telegraph Service. Okay. Billiards. So there's Captain's Club. There's the parish. Wait. We need to go to the parish. That's right. They are the ones that gave the money for the nails.
You! Stop right there! What's your name?
Murphy McAllen.
I haven't seen you before. What's your business?
I'm just visiting. Why do you need to know?
Because your business is my business, and my business is news. I'm Evelyn Stoker, editor of the Juniper Parish Gazette. No misdeed left unshared, no drama left unmonetized. Come on, work with me here, Murphy. I need something juicy. Committed any crimes? Uncovered any affairs? Any deep, personal secrets to reveal?
The honest-to-God truth. No.
I need a good story. I can't always let something minor like the truth stand in the way of that.
Well, it's good to know that news really hasn't changed from 1930 to 1960 to now. It really has not changed.
Don't even think about touching that machine.
But I like it. Scissors and twine. She's not gonna say anything about that. Okay, good, good, good. Lost dog. What's in the canister?
I wasn't going to get ink all over my hands.
Ah. Alright, let's talk to
Yes?
Stoker.
Hi.
Hi. What are you working on? What are we
you
working
working
on?
Listen to this. An innocent victim's domesticated canine has been suddenly and mysteriously ripped away from them by fate. Its location and intentions are unknown.
Wait, are you talking about a lost dog?
Technically, it's not lost anymore. It was found shortly before I got to the house. But still, the story must be written.
I have a headline suggestion. Lost dog, not lost.
I have a personal suggestion. Butt out.
I like her. I like her. Do some research on the treasure.
I'm doing some research on the treasure of Bellemore Manor.
Leave it. That's my advice. There's no story in it.
No story.
Not that anyone would believe. And I've got advertisers breathing down my neck.
Hmm. Don't you have more interesting stories to write about?
Don't you have more interesting stories to write about?
The crackpots this island calls a population wouldn't know something interesting if they paid for it. Which they hardly do. Believe me, I've tried to get juicier stories. Scouring the island, doorstop interviews, hiding beneath windows.
You eavesdrop on people through their windows?
It's called investigative reporting.
Yeah, like I said, good to know that they haven't changed. What's your theory?
What's your theory on Bellemore Manor?
This might sound far-fetched, but I think it was hypnotism.
Oh.
All the puzzle pieces make sense.
Who was hypnotized?
Abigail, by that strange sailor she was going to marry.
Possible.
This newspaper had been publishing a bunch of stories about spooky goings-on across the island. We
Oh.
even had tip-offs of black magic inside Bellemore Manor. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Who was doing black magic?
Well, we weren't told for sure, but it makes sense, doesn't it? The sailor.
Maybe.
Why else would someone
Maybe
as
not.
powerful as Abigail want to marry a lowly manual worker like him?
She loved
Come
him.
the night of the wedding, and she wised up. Married John Rackham, the company's first officer. Much more on her social standing, and a responsible choice for the company.
Understandable, yes, but what do you think caused everyone to
What do you
disappear?
think caused everyone to disappear?
The last revenge of the sailor's sorcery.
Hmm.
But imagine me writing that into a piece of serious journalism.
Yeah,
I'd be laughed out of the industry.
you would. You would. What's at the filing cabinet?
What's in those filing cabinets?
Past issues of the newspaper, starting right back in 1864. Of course, things were a lot more interesting when Dead Nettle was thriving as a port town. Comings and goings of people, ships, and cargo. Lots to report on back then. More than the dregs I have to dress up now.
1864, huh? I'm gonna have to try and remember that. When did the ship stop coming?
Why did the ship stop coming to Dead Nettle?
The
Why?
Bellemore Trading Company was the heartbeat of this island. After the disappearance, there was no one left to run the company, and it all got sold off. When that folded, so did pretty much everything else.
Yeah, that's like anything of that time. I mean, 1930s. There was a lot of factories, and not in the 30s, but a lot during U.S. history is cities breaking down because of factories being built and money being brought in because of that, or like mines that dry up, factories being shut down, things like that, and cities just go poof. Most of them. Or they become so small that, well, you get a lot of little small towns and things like that. Do you have any back issues featuring the Bellemore wedding?
Do you have any back
Yeah.
issues featuring the Bellemore Manor wedding?
We don't, I'm afraid.
What?
Most of the paper's directors were at the wedding and disappeared along with everyone else. The newspaper
Yeah,
had
they
to
would
shut
be
off
covering
shop
it.
for weeks while it was restaffed. This was back when the Gazette wasn't run by just one person.
Would you
Would
take my photograph?
Do you know how much the chemicals cost to develop those photographs?
Probably
I'm
expensive
on a
right
limited
now.
budget here, McAllen. Unless you've done something notable, you're not getting into print.
No. What constitutes something notable?
What constitutes something notable for the newspaper?
Frankly, our standards are pretty low these days. Yesterday, I photographed Ned Kipps, the fisherman that hangs around the pier, for catching a fish.
Is that a surprising turn of events for a fisherman?
It broke the island weight record. The pen coat
Oh.
is a fish that's been caught round the island since it was settled. The locals say it tastes good. I'd rather chew on raw cotton.
Oh, gross. I think I better
I
get
think
going.
I better be going.
Keep your eyes out for a story, McAllen. There are secrets on the island, and it's my job to sell advertisements next to them.
Yeah.
There was no way I was going to get past the newspaper editor to get it. Besides, I didn't know how to operate it.
Hey, you can't come back here.
I
Sorry.
want to look. I want to look. Okay. That's probably for another time. Speaking of the sailor, or the, fisherman. Let's see if we can talk to him about this. Bloom canned beef.
Are the
Interesting.
fish biting?
Well, not so well today, to tell the truth. They must have been spooked by something. But you should have seen them yesterday. I was having to fight them off the rod. The name's Ned Kipps, by the way. Just Kipps to my friends.
I'm Murphy McAllen.
Nice to meet you, Mac. What are you doing on this old rock anyway? I haven't seen you around before. Here on vacation?
I guess you could say that.
Then you got worse judgment than an arm wrestler squaring up to a kraken. Hope you don't regret it.
Me too.
I like this guy. What's the book you're reading?
What's that book you're reading?
The Louisiana Book of Records. There's this fish called a pinkoza that swims around these parts. Delicious barbecue. And you're looking at the fella that's caught the heaviest pinkoza ever weighed at the Dead Nettle docks. Now I'm looking to see if it's a state record, maybe even national, or a world record.
That's some achievement.
Oh, it was. Got my photograph on the front page of the newspaper and everything.
What do you do with the fish
What
you
do you
catch?
do with the fish you catch?
A couple I saved for myself, and the rest I sell to the captain's club. They fancy them up with lemon lobster, slawfish something or other. Fools. Everyone knows the best way to cook 'em is to barbecue 'em. But then again, I haven't eaten in that place my whole life.
Why not?
I don't have a captain's license, so they won't let me in.
Don't you have a fishing boat?
Now, I used to. The Petit Pichet. But they don't count it if it doesn't have a crew.
What happened to it?
That's it across the harbor with its bow sticking out the water.
Oh,
It was the
oops.
strangest thing. There I was, fishing just out in the bay, when a sea serpent comes out the water, wraps itself around the boat. Well, I was going to be a goner. Jabbed my fishing pole right in its beady eye, throttled the motor, and managed to make it back to shore just as the hull went under. It's lucky I made it out alive.
Yeah.
That's a pretty tall tale.
I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
It was clear that Ned had a penchant for fanciful stories. He told them
Possible.
with such vigor, I think he'd convinced himself they were true.
Maybe. Maybe not. I mean, fishermen have seen many things. Anybody on the sea has had many things seen. Look for the lost treasure of the
I'm
Bellemore
looking
Manor.
for the lost treasure of Bellemore Manor.
Well, I've heard a tall tale or two, but even I'm not spending my time looking for that. It's been lost for 30 years now.
Lost means it's still ready for finding.
True.
I've traveled every waterway on this island, and I haven't even seen a hint of it. It could be at the bottom of the ocean for all I know. And I found a few treasures in my time. French treasure, British treasure, pirate treasure, but no Belmore treasure.
Do you still have those treasures?
Well, I had to hide them again. Give someone else a chance to find it. I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah, that's a saying. I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't seen him with my own eyes. What do you know about the disappearance?
What do you know about the disappearance at Bellemore Manor?
Now there's a tale to tell. You know about Miss Belmore? The bride engaged to the sailor?
Yeah.
I heard she was having an affair. getting up to no good with this fellow called John Rackham. He was one of the Bellemore Company's higher-ups. Anyway, Sailor catches wind of it and tricks Rackham into giving the lady a gift. That's what caused everything to go topsy-turvy.
What was the gift?
Yeah.
Call me a liar, but there are places in the Caribbean that trade things more elusive than gold.
Yes.
Ungodly things.
Is that what you think caused the disappearance?
What else could it be?
So is it that maybe the sailor did get something from the Caribbean and traded it to the guy and the first man, and he didn't know and gave it to her? Or is it that being the first man, he might have seen a lot of things and got his hands on something and gave it to her as a gift? And what about the boys? What about her brothers? That still bothers me. Why did they write them off so easily? One was an actor, one was a scientist, and one was the traitor. Why, though?
What can
What
you
can you
tell
tell
me
me?
about Miss Bellemore?
Yeah.
Abigail. More beautiful than a mermaid and twice as fishy. Seems like such a nice girl, too. Until the affair. It seems so unlike her.
What about the sailor?
Don't know much about him. Never met the fella. I never got involved in the dock work, to tell the truth. Always preferred to sit with my fishing pole and fend for myself. We all figured that Abigail being in love with him and everything. He must have been fine folk. I think we were wrong. Poor Rackham, though. He was wronger still. I'm a business guy myself. Get the product, sell the product. Nothing wrong with bringing home the bacon. But he brought back trouble, and he paid the price.
I suppose it was a mistake for him to get involved with Abigail.
Yeah.
It's risky mixing business and pleasure.
True. I've heard that too. Catch
Catch
you
you
later.
later, Ned.
See you around, Mac.
So this happened 30 years ago. But he seems very knowledgeable of it.
That's for weighing fish. No one's going to beat my record.
I hung the fish on the scales.
I don't
Nice
know why I
try,
did
Mac,
that.
but it's going to need to be heavier than that to beat my record.
I don't know why I did that. I thought it was funny. Alright, so we've been to the parish. We've been in those places. Let's go take a look at the Captain's Club. Because for some reason, we do have a captain's license.
Good
Mater
evening.
D.
He looked past me like I was invisible, as though if he ignored me hard enough, there was a chance I'd disappear. I said good evening?
I suppose, if one's standards are low enough. Have you taken a wrong turn, sir?
I'm just having a look around.
Well, make it a quick one.
Who are you?
Who are you?
My name is Felix Greer, maitre d', bartender, and acting manager of the Captain's Club, when Mr. Perkins has his night off. And who, pray tell, are you?
Murphy McAllen. I'm looking for the lost treasure of Bellemore Manor.
Oh, goody, another young adventurer seeking fame, fortune, or some combination of the two. Just what Dead Nettle's been lacking for local color.
What is this place?
What is this place?
This, sir, is the Captain's Club, a private members club for current and retired sea and riverboat captains. We are highly exclusive. Are you a captain?
He asked with a smugness that told me he already knew the answer.
I thought not. Then may I recommend a swift exit? You'll find a convenient egress approximately 180 degrees to starboard. If you like, I can give you a good swift kick in the right direction, sir.
Damn.
And don't feel a need to stop walking until your ankles get soggy.
Damn. I like this guy too. What can you tell me about
What can you tell me
Bednettle?
about Dead Nettle?
Yeah.
Do you think you've wandered into the local library? Should we gather around for story time?
Why not?
I was just hoping to talk to someone obviously so knowledgeable about the area.
Well, yes, unfortunately I'm plagued with an encyclopedic knowledge of the local area. My concierge duties require it.
Ah.
I have a spiel. Welcome, hardy traveler, to our quaint port town of Deadnettle. Once this town you see around you was a hub of commerce, a beacon for ships bravely navigating between America, Europe, and the Caribbean. With the unfortunate dissolution of the Bellemore Trading Company, our town has settled into a quieter life, perfect for the sailor ready to hang up their cap. We hope that you enjoy your time in our homely town and perhaps explore some of the local sights. With the Captain's Club always here as your home port.
Why is the Bellemore Trading Company dissolved?
Why was the Bellemore Trading Company
We know
dissolved?
why, but I want to hear
Well,
his
you're
version.
taking me off script, but it really was quite the scandal. The three owners of the company vanished, and there was simply nobody left to run the company.
Wasn't there anyone who tried?
The first officer of the company, Mr. Rackham, looked to step up, but he disappeared too.
The
I
wedding.
do wish the company hadn't collapsed.
I bet lots of people share that wish.
I might have more customers if it hadn't.
True. What do you know about the lost treasure?
What do you know about the lost treasure of Bellemore Manor?
Do you think you're living in a storybook? Weathered maps, talking parrots, X marks the spot? Grow up, you silly boy. Captaincy is an accomplished skill which doesn't need belittling by childish tales like lost treasure.
What do you know about the Bellemore
What do you
wedding?
know about the Bellemore wedding?
You mean the disappearance of the Bellemore wedding? On moonlit nights when the waves crash against the rocks, the captains of this club trade yarns about this very mystery. Did you know Abigail Bellemore's fiancé was a sailor who worked on the ships? Some of the old boys here even worked with him.
Really?
They say he loved her, as true as a captain loves the sea.
Oh, wow.
But she was a temptress, a siren who scuttled that sailor's heart.
What did she do?
After months of engagement, she broke it off and chose to marry an officer of the company instead, on their very wedding day.
Who was the man she chose to marry instead?
John Rackham, a landlubber who only used the bounties of the sea to fill his coin purse. But the Bellemores harnessed his ambitions for the company, his expertise at imports and exports.
Why did she do it?
What many people don't know is that mysterious things had been found on one of the company voyages to the Caribbean. Mystical things, some say.
What did they find?
The crew was sworn to secrecy by the Bellemore brothers, and all of the men were loyal enough to keep their word. But the rot in the rope was that sister, Abigail. People say that the discovery took hold of her. With the broken heart of the sailor and the resources of the officer, she was about to unleash something terrible. Perhaps it was a good thing that they all disappeared.
Do you think that's true?
Of course not. It's all nonsense. But the captains do love to outperform each other with such tales on a dull evening.
So that one is that the three brothers found something in the Caribbean. And it was brought back from the Caribbean. The three brothers had something, possibly, but Abigail's the one that it influenced. Which makes you think I'm
what
not a
makes you
captain?
think I'm not a captain?
Well, for one thing, you lack the grizzle, the crustiness, the essential R of a captain.
How do I get those?
Years of exposure to salt water and sullen, uncooperative crew members, I should think. Tell me, have you ever captained a three-rigger through a tropical typhoon? Have you ever run the rapids of the Mississippi without hitting a single reef? Wind in your sails, fire in your furnace, waves beneath your keel?
Have you?
Well, it's more complicated than that.
In what way?
I get seasick.
Me too. And I have a slight fear of the water. Is there any way to prove
Is
I'm
there
a
any way
captain?
to prove I'm a captain?
You might show me your captain's license.
I have one.
As I'm sure you know, the state of Louisiana requires all captains, both sea and riverboat, to carry one.
True.
But don't try to foist me off with a fake. Last week, we had someone present a license with a photograph distinctly unlike their contemporary appearance. The photograph was clearly of someone a good deal older than them, with more facial hair and, most importantly, one less eye.
I best be casting off.
Don't feel the need to rush back, sir.
Okay. So what about this?
Without a photograph of me, there was no way he was going to accept it as proof of me being a captain.
That's what I was thinking. Was that, that's why we need the camera. Okay. Maybe we should try and go to the third spot. Okay. Not accessible in the demo. Okay. So let's go over here.
Framed by trees and lit by moonlight, Bellemore Manor stood imposingly in the still night air.
Beautiful.
Even without lights on, it felt like something inside the house was calling me, or warning me.
It's a very beautiful place.
I scanned the house for a way in, perhaps an unlocked door or window, but my search was without luck. With a deep breath, I took hold of the door handle of the house I'd been thinking about for months and turned it. Unsurprisingly, it was locked. I briefly considered breaking into the house, but unsure of just how true the ghost stories were, decided it was better to not risk angering any spirits that may have been in there. If I was getting in, I was going to need the key. I wasn't going to wade into the pond.
Very pretty. Oh, shooting star back here.
From the gathering moss and rust, it was clear the patio set hadn't been used in decades.
Oh!
So much for good luck. I picked up the horseshoe that assaulted me. It was heavy. Very heavy.
Wait. Can I... Hold on. Can I put the horseshoe with
the ripped
fish?
seam as an opening, I placed the horseshoe inside the taxidermied fish. Now it was heavy.
Can I go get that weighed? Oh, yeah. Let's go back to Dead Noodle. Alright, take the fishy.
That didn't work.
Yeah.
Matt, does that say what I think it does?
What?
You've been holding back on me. That breaks my record.
Oops.
McAllen!
What? Oh.
You just broke the island fishing record.
Can I
How
get
did you
that
hear
picture?
About this so fast?
It's my job to know about things fast. Now, I'm doing the questions here. So
Okay.
what led to this unbelievable turn of events? Years of practice? Or a one-in-a-million fluke? Did the fish just jump into your lap as you walked the quayside? Was the fish dropped by a passing seagull?
Would have been a pretty darn big seagull.
Just beginner's luck, I guess.
As I suspected, well, as much as it pains me to say it, you're the cover story on this evening's edition of the Juniper Parish Gazette, and this is why I'm not getting a Pulitzer.
And that's why you're taking like 50 pictures of me because you're bored.
I've got to
need
hand
those
it to you, Mac.
pictures.
That fish is a whopper. I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I need that fishing pole, man. I got a feeling I'm gonna need that fishing pole. Okay. Wait. Notice board? I didn't notice this before. I didn't notice the notice board. Not doing a very good job of it, is it?
The latest newspaper contained a photograph of the fisherman on the docks, with a headline declaring he'd just broken the island's heaviest catch record. Nothing else was of interest.
What I
Murphy,
need is my
have you
picture.
seen the cover of the evening edition? I think we caught your personality perfectly in that photograph. Naive, simple, unsophisticated. Makes
Damn.
it all the more surprising that you actually accomplished something.
I wonder if I should have it framed.
That will cost you.
I picked up the newspaper. The fewer people that saw it, the better.
I know what to do. Okay. We're gonna go out. Oops. Okay. Let's take the scissors.
Carefully, I cut my
Yeah.
photograph out of the newspaper.
We're gonna take our photograph, put
I
it in
stuck
the
the
license.
cutout photograph onto the still tacky interior of the captain's license. It was convincing enough.
All right, now we get to go in. Now we're gonna go in and show them our wonderful license.
My credentials.
You're telling me you are a captain?
I
Yeah.
guess it's all in order.
Look, Sonny, the bylaws of this club only allow the club manager to verify a captain's license. And Mr. Perkins is enjoying his backgammon evening with Mrs. Perkins and the ladies this evening, with
Ah.
strict instructions not to be disturbed.
Damn it.
So I'll be accepting this tonight, but try this again tomorrow
Oh.
night and it'll be another story.
Okay.
Now, with that said, a warm and hearty welcome to the Captain's Club. We sincerely hope you make use of and enjoy our facilities, and do please let me know if I can be of any assistance at all.
Nice. All right, Captain's Club it is.
While I was trapped on Devil's Rock, a map of the world wasn't going to be much use to me.
Nice tree. Too bad there's nobody in here.
The cabinet was locked.
Darn it. Okay. Let's take the billiard chalk.
I considered playing a game, but billiards without the balls and cues wouldn't have been very engaging.
Sure. Oh, that turned off the fans. Oh.
It was locked.
Damn it. Why is it locked? Let's see.
The twine was going to be of more use to me intact.
Okay.
I couldn't do that. I didn't need to cut that.
Taking guesses at the moment.
That didn't work.
Okay. Why did I need the chalk?
It was locked.
And why are you able to turn those up? Trying to think.
I considered playing a game. While I was trapped on Devil's Rock, a map of the world wasn't going to be much use to me.
Manuscript. I don't know what this manuscript is about.
That wasn't going to work.
Was I only here for the chalk? That doesn't make any sense, but there's nobody here.
I didn't have anything else to ask Felix.
I'm a little stuck. We can't go out.
It was locked.
Can't get into there.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. The cabinet was locked.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing.
That wasn't going to work. The cabinet was locked. That wasn't going to work.
What am I missing? I'm not sure. Hmm. Not completely sure where they would want me to go. I'm trying to think. I'm loving the demo. I'm trying to think what would uh what would I need to do next? Hmm. So I've got chalk. That got me in here, but that only got me in here for the truck because there was nothing else in there.
I filled the bottle with water from the fountain.
I'm not sure why I did that.
There was nothing in the fountain apart from a rim of moss.
I don't know why I did that.
That didn't work. The twine was going to be of more use to me intact.
Hmm. Not sure. Trying to think. See, I wasn't really told what was needed from the voodoo guy. I wasn't told what was needed. Hmm.
The sign read, "The Fantastic Fantaccio Brothers will be performing tonight. People of all ages welcome. Donations welcome even more so."
Hmm. Wait. No, the passage... Okay, so I can't sleep. This place is... set up. No wonder. Let's go back to the Spirit Queen, because I still don't know what items I would need.
You've returned. Have you found all the ingredients and placed them in the gree-gree?
Not yet, but I'm working on it. I found another ingredient for the summoning spell.
Wonderful. Place it inside the gree-gree, then return when you have all 5.
Hmm.
I'm going to finish finding.
Hurry back.
So.
I didn't need to pour water on that. That didn't work. I couldn't do that. That wasn't going to work. That didn't work. I couldn't do that. I placed the chalk into the gree-gree.
Okay, so it was the chalk. But what was... I don't know what the other one is.
You've returned. Have you found?
Not yet. I'm going to
Hurry back.
It doesn't tell you what it is. I'm trying to go in. Wait. Is there maybe something in the sack?
The Hessian sack was too thick to cut through with scissors.
Okay. I'm confused on what to do right now. Hmm. I don't know. I am trying to think because he never really said what the items were. I don't really know. The nails. Yes, he did. The nails. How do I get the nails? How do I get the damn nails?
The coffin lid had been nailed down. I disturbed Edgar enough.
I don't know how to get the nails.
I didn't need to pour. I didn't need to pour. I didn't need to cut.
Yeah, that doesn't make
The
sense.
coffin lid had been. I didn't think he'd be interested in that. I disturbed. I didn't need to cut that.
Okay, I'm confused. Who would I... How would I get the nails then? I don't know how to get the nails. He's gotta have the nails, but... I know it's probably pretty damn obvious. But I'm not sure how to get it. Okay. So we got the chalk. But the nails is what I don't know. Hmm. So it can't be here. The only thing we have left is Dead Nettle because we don't have anywhere else we could go. It's the nails. How do we get the nails, though? I am truly not sure. I know you made a comment about the kids. Wait. Was that the hint?
The coffin lid had been nailed down. I scanned the head.
What am I missing? I don't know. Usually I'm pretty good at this, but right now I feel like I'm missing something, but I have the clue. Hmm. We have to get nails from him, but I'm not sure how. I don't think I should have messed with that. Why did I take that? Why did I take that?
I scanned the headstones for any. I scanned the.
Why did I take that? I have no clue. Uh, uh, uh. Was there something in Deb Nettle I missed? What that? The
The fishing net was
net.
so worn, it looked like it might fall apart at any moment. It wasn't going to be of any use to me.
I did the notice board. Maybe the billiards? I don't know.
The poster advertised billiards at the Captain's Club, with 3 billiard balls and 2 cues framing a cube of billiard chalk.
That's where I got the chalk from. This just leads to here. I'm truly confused. How do I get the nails?
I tried the door. It was locked.
I don't know. I'm not even sure what I would need the jack for. You know, I'm truly trying to figure this out. Usually I'm better at these, but I don't even know why I got the water. Did I miss something at the captain's thing? I am truly confused. Let's go back and look at the captain's thing. But there was nothing there. Everything was locked up. The only thing I think is that one of the comments was, okay, it has to be at the Juniper's Church. Whoa, I came in a weird angle. I'd never came into this way before.
I couldn't see any way to open it. I scanned the headstone.
There's got to be something I could still do with the coffin. I took the jack. The water doesn't work. The scissors
I
don't
didn't
work.
even cut that.
Yeah. Okay, I have no clue how I was getting back there. Wait, what? What is he doing?
I tied the twine to the uneven table
Oh my
and took up a
God.
hiding spot behind a nearby wall. It was time to wake the dead.
Are you kidding me? This is so wrong.
Hello? Hello? Why is it so dark in here?
Huh? Who's that?
I'm stuck! Help! Help!
If that's you kids.
Get me out of this thing!
Oh, no, not again.
Again? Not again?
Mister, are you okay? I'm so sorry. I was told... Mister? Oh, God darn it. Next time I see those kids, I'm gonna have a lineup of Pee-wee coffins ready for them. See how they like being scared out of their wits.
Again? Oh. I feel bad. I feel bad. He's only doing his job. How did he fall for that? It's kind of funny. I had no clue what to do.
I picked up the handful of discarded coffin nails from the tin.
Okay, well, I guess that's our last piece. Back to the Spirit Queen. So...
I placed the coffin nails into the gree-gree. I've done it. All 5 ingredients for the summoning spell.
Okay.
Now I need to head back to the Spirit Queen.
And we are already here, so...
Murphy, have you done what was asked of you?
Yeah?
I have.
Wonderful. Now, it is time for the final step. Out of the darkness, the sadness, the fear, I command you, my servant, now to appear!
Uh-oh.
I have returned, Master. What is your desire?
The ingredients have been gathered. The final step of the spell is ready. The focus.
The focus of the spell is that which you are casting it upon.
Mm-hmm.
Bellemore Manor is where the ghosts reside. An image of Bellemore Manor is what you must direct the spell with.
Murphy, do you have an image of Bellemore Manor we can use?
Yeah, this.
Yes, Murphy. That will work. Place it inside the gree-gree as the final ingredient.
Okay.
I folded the magazine cover and placed it inside the gree-gree.
The spell is ready. Finally, the ghosts will be free again.
This.
Open the gree-gree, Murphy, and that will cast the spell.
Oh,
With some
I think this is
trepidation,
bad.
I took the gree-gree from my pocket, and then, with a deep breath, opened it.
This is bad. Oh, they woke up. Oh, they woke up.
At last, I am free.
Servant, what's happening?
I was never your servant.
Oh.
I am your master. You shall do my bidding. I command you.
Foolish mortal, you have served your purpose.
Uh-oh.
No longer do I need to manifest as an ephemeral specter. Now my true spirit form is free.
Uh-oh.
Lower.
Whoopsie.
Do as I say.
You have no more use to me.
No. No. Please. Oh, that's not good. Woo!
I wasn't sure what I'd just seen, but the voodoo fire raging all around me was all too real.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to get out, and fast. Gazing into the spirit pool, it looked like I could see formless faces gazing back at me. Sitting in a big fancy chair definitely wasn't enough justification to leap through raging flames.
That's funny.
Surrounded by a burning inferno, I wasn't going to, even if the phrase was to fight fire with fire. That wasn't going to.
What the hell?
I wasn't going to be able to put the flames out with my bare hands. Gazing into the spirit.
Oh, the water. Oh, that explains the water. Okay. I don't think these kind of flames would be able to go out with water, though. Honestly. But okay. Who? The girl. Yep. Hi. Uh-oh. She's been crying? Shh. We're about to go in. Oh, no. Ah, no. That's the end of the demo. Damn, that is good. Ooh. Foolish mortals. I'm interested. I am foolish for this.
From Inkling.
Wow. It has no release date right now, but I hope it does soon enough. That is holy moly. I want this. I want this. I want to find out. Now, the thing with the string and the table leg, there were hints to it, and I realized that after I did it. That he was talking about the kids being buttholes, about teasing him. Asking about, have you ever buried anyone alive? There were subtle hints. I just, for some reason, my brain did not pick it up. And I'm surprised about that. Jammy Custard Animation Studio. Did good. They did really, really well. Well, that is going to be the end, for now, of Foolish Mortals. If and when this comes out, I want to see it. I really want to see it and play it. I want to know what happened. Abigail looked like she was just in tears and just angry. So I wonder what happened there. I want to know who the bad guy is. You know, who the lover... There was 3 cards. The lover, the bad guy, the evil, the devil, I guess. And, so to say, the fool. I want to know. Everybody's got their ideas on who actually did what. Oh, made in the United Kingdom. I didn't know that. So who did it? Now, the interesting part is this guy, both of these people have some kind of item on them. I mean, she looks mischievous, he looks mischievous. Is she really the bad guy? Is he the bad guy? Is the boyfriend the bad guy? And what happened to the brothers? Wow. Well, that is going to be it for us. I hope you liked it. Let me know that in the comments. Is this something you want to see? Because I want to see this one. Well, until I see you guys again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and watch out. Especially with the voodoo guy. He's gonna get you into trouble. This one did. He didn't know so much as he thought. Not as strong as he thought either. Bye-bye. I love the macabre.